his manager said to me, are you getting paid off YouTube yet? I'm like, nah, I got like 4,000 more hours. He's like, don't worry, you'll get paid after this one. But I was still skeptical because I've been doing this, I've been dropping this, I had this artist, this should have done it. Nothing was working. The guy looked at me and said, yo, I'm telling you, when I tell you you're gonna get monetized, you're fine. And then literally 3-4 days in, my ratings just shot through the roof. The shit was crazy. So now I'm like, holy, But what I wanted to get into about is I see you got a website. You know what I'm saying? On the website you got you do classes where you hold courses and stuff. Talk to me. What do the classes hold? How long have you had the website?
So the website, I always told myself, like, always have a booking site, because my thing was always like professionalism was always like number one. So I've always had a booking site, but having a website, I knew that if I wanted to grow, I needed to start investing money in different things. And having a website platform was definitely one of those things, because there is so much you can do with a website. And then if you link a booking site, you can do so much more. And so the website, did it from the ground up. You learn a lot of things by yourself. And I just didn't want to pay someone like $600, $700, $1,000. I don't even know the prices, but I just didn't want to pay that when I know that Squarespace has so many videos on their YouTube channel or other people explaining like how to do every single thing that you are wanting to do. And so with learning how to build a website and integrating like bookings, I was able to integrate like people booking classes through the website. And so this year I really tried to like 2024, I tried to kind of focus on putting my name out there. And so that really, really helped, because even at K-Days, it was like, oh my gosh, you're IcedoutByAlexa. So then, that was the emphasis last year, putting yourself out there. And then this year, my focus is growing like my course side, because I feel like once you kind of master one thing, you can move on to the next. So I had dropped classes, but I just found myself like spread thin, because I was trying to do everything perfect or really well off the bat at the same time. So now with that being like really being put out there and just like focusing on like, okay, now I've got it down on like how to do markets, how to interact with people, I do personal services. That's really hard to convert into a sale when you're out and about, because people prefer getting personal services like booking through a site and stuff like that. So it was kind of like having two kind of like goals. It's like, if I can't convert them right now, convert them later. So having little systems in place within that. So I mastered kind of like how to like do that. And now it's like focusing on courses. It's like, how can I be a better teacher? Like, I genuinely do want to teach, and I genuinely do want to give other entrepreneurs like who are looking to expand and grow, like another means of growing, like another way to grow. And I think I've mentioned this before, maybe I don't know if it was to you, but my main thing was that when I was starting out with courses, I didn't like the courses because all they taught me was how to do the thing, how to apply it, and that was it. And, there wasn't much about like the anatomy of like teeth and stuff like that. Like, genuinely went into the class, okay, I know how to put it on, but like, can I realistically answer someone's question if they ask me about, okay, so what does an etchant do? And I'm like, oh, I don't know. Like, it's just one of the steps I know. So I found that although I knew how to do the thing, I didn't have the knowledge to explain said thing and the steps. And also, like, then that was like affecting like how people felt at ease with letting me like do services on them. And so if you're someone that's just starting out, like, the main thing is that you want to like make sure that your clients are like at ease when they come see you. So my thing is I want my students to be set up for success. So I kind of had to like go back in and kind of like reformulate kind of how I teach, because you don't learn unless you do. So I had to like start teaching, and then I was like, oh snap, like, okay, like definitely want to start doing this and emphasizing this. And a big part that I learned was that not every student is like the same. So especially with my one-on-one courses, I genuinely do ask my students, like, also let me know, this is what will be covered during the class, but let me know what you specifically want to emphasize on during the course, because I do have a little section in the course where it's business. It's not just me teaching you how to do the thing and sanitization and all these things. Like I teach you, like, you need to have these proper forms, you need to do this. And then in the business section, I kind of like teach you like the basics of like starting a business if you don't already have that. And then we dive into like the marketing, because a lot of what I know has been through trial and error. And so I did my trial and error, and I want to kind of like save other students like that time. So yeah, that's been where it's at with courses right now. Honestly, just trying to like focus more on the student rather than like pushing a course out.
How many, like, is it a monthly thing? Is it how does the timing work?
So how it works is for this year, I kind of looked at like, okay, the first, 4 months, January, February, March, April, what days can I have specifically open just for courses so that students can literally see and plan in advance? Because one thing I found was that when I told people like, oh yeah, like let me know what day works best for you, it was like, they're like, okay, I'll get back to you. They check the calendar, and then like it's like ghost.
You never hear from them
You
again.
don't. But when I have it already out there and you can choose the day, that's rather than you having to look into your schedule, you kind of like already see, I don't know, it kind of like reverse things. I don't know, like it's still me telling you pick a day that works best for you, but the dates are already set. So it's like easier for people to kind of just like pick the day.
Yeah.
And then on my end, it's less juggling around because I've already set those days and I already know this is supposed to be for clients or for students, and I already know what that day is intended for.
Okay. You see, I find it interesting where like the student becomes the teacher. You know what I'm saying? At one point, someone was teaching you, and you put your own mix and twist to it and turn it into whatever version Iced Out by Alexa is.
Yeah.
You know? So my question to you is, from what you was taught and what you've learned over the past few years, what's something that kind of like says it's by you? Like what's your signature move, ingredients type of thing? Is there something that you do that someone from a distance could see and be like, okay, I know who you got this from?
Honestly, I wouldn't necessarily say it makes me stand out like that, because I don't know many people who literally like zoom into people's teeth. But one thing I do get a lot is a lot of my clients will say that, like their dentists were really impressed with my application. Honestly, I think that's like the one thing that really, really makes me stand out is the fact that, you got some old school, kind of like, not old school, but like a little bit more conservative people in this world. And even in dentistry, you'll have that. But to have like an old man who first told one of my clients, no, don't get it, and then when they go for their dental cleaning, they're like, oh, the application is really good, like, like that's really nice to hear. And to be told that. But in terms of like not just people seeing it after the service has been done, but another thing that kind of helps me stand out, I would say, is my customer service. I don't know, I'm able to provide like warranty, just things like that. I feel like those little things, yeah, like it sucks if someone's gem falls off, let's say, within like 2 weeks. That sucks. And at the end of the day, it's like if you have to reapply a new one for them, yeah, sure, like that's like, it's included in your initial cost, but it's like, dang, like I didn't want to have to use that from the initial cost. But I think that goes a long way, because then people are like, wow, like she was able to fit me in and replace it, like, and at the end of the day, it's like I'm very much aware of like people save up to come see me, like people save their money, people budget me into their budgets and schedules and fit me in. Like people are busy, people have their own lives.